As a software project manager, you just keep on meeting people. You have customers, and what do they want? They just want to have the cheapest software and as fast as possible delivered. End users, they just want to have the best functionality. Programmers, they just want to use the latest, coolest techniques. So, nothing old-fashioned, just state-of-the-art. Then you got your maintenance people. They just want only documentation. And as a software project manager, well, there's only one task for you. You just have to make them happy. At the end of the 80s, Barry Beam recognized the problem and gave it its name. It's what it's called Software Project Manager's Problem. Easy, isn't it? You just have to satisfy everyone. And his advice? Very simple. Make everyone a winner. This may all sound very simple. Make just everyone a winner. But the trick is, how do you reach that goal? Let us first take an example. I love this one always. It's about a deadline. There's always one guy that says the software has to be ready before the end of June. Or better yet, 1st of July. Firm deadlines, that's what we want. But why this deadline? Why this date? Before you go into these discussions, before in details or whatever, just get the information on why this 1st of July is. Maybe because someone goes on a holiday on the 2nd of July. Or maybe someone else is waiting for the results of a project on the 2nd of July. Or perhaps someone yelled months ago, we will be ready on the 1st of July, and everybody is using the same mantra ever since. Now suppose you know why it is the software should be ready on the 1st of July. Take for example the fact that someone else is waiting for the results of this project and needs it to progress on his own project. What does this information bring you? Very much. Because if you cannot make the deadline 1st of July, you can see what they want, what they really need on the 2nd of July on the other project. Perhaps they don't need the complete system. Perhaps they don't need the documentation. Perhaps they don't need trained end users already. Most of the time, for example, they just want some design spec to make an interface. So suppose you have now the same discussion with the same guy again about this deadline for the 1st of July. It becomes now more detailed. He doesn't want everything ready. He doesn't need everything ready on the 1st of July, but just, for example, some specification for an interface with a different system. That was this 1st of July. Negotiate. That's what you can do now. You can say, look, forget everything else. Won't be ready on the 1st of July, but we can support the other project by having the specification for the interface ready 10 days earlier. So, end of June. First, you don't have the deadline that everything should be ready on the 1st of July, and you're even better, because the other project doesn't have to wait as long as the 1st of July, but already has the information earlier. Sounds simple, doesn't it? And actually it is this kind of simple. The trick is to get this information from your stakeholders. The difficulty lies in the fact that people don't communicate directly. They don't tell you exactly everything right up front. And this is even a very simple one. I mean, nothing scary about admitting that someone else needs the products. The difficult ones is where you touch something on a personal, emotional level. Picture a programmer that has to decide on which development platform a system should be developed. He can, for example, state it has to be Java with all bells, whistles and everything else. This programmer never has anything developed on Java. That's a very strange situation, isn't it? Puts a new risk on your project. You don't want that. So what could make this guy or girl decide for Java? It can be everything. And in the end it can be something like, I want to use this cool new technology that everyone else is using, but I don't. I'm stuck with this old-fashioned COBOL. He will never admit it. But you have to be aware of the fact that it can be a factor. So, You see the difference between the two? The first one about the deadline, perhaps they will not state that on the first discussion you have. But finally you can get there, because it's all business. The second one might be more difficult to reach, as it is more on an emotional level, and that is where all the trouble starts. But it's worth it. Software project management is all about knowing what people want, to look at the stakes of your stakeholders. To make everyone a winner, you have to negotiate a set of deals that are not conflicting to each other, because you can make your customer a winner, but your programmers are not happy. And in the end, you don't have reached anything. Try to find out what your stakeholders want, what your customers, your programmers, your boss, and even yourself, what you want from your project. In the end, align all the goals, all the approaches, all the steps of your project with all the stakes that people have. It's not easy, but it can be done. And if it's your state of mind to make everyone a winner, you will come a long way. Good luck.